begin tonight at 10 with a Fox 5 exclusive. We're hearing from the family of a D.C. rapper who was shot and killed Wednesday afternoon in Northwest D.C.
Shamari Stone has the story.
Tonight, the family of 29-year-old Kayvon Maynor is devastated. I'm here on the 1300 block of 5th Street Northwest where these shots were fired. I'm inside of a row house. The owner doesn't want us to reveal his name out of concern of retaliation. He tells me that he heard dozens of shots fired outside. Meanwhile, the Maynor family wants to know who killed Fat Swag and why. Exclusive Ring camera video showing seconds after 29-year-old Kayvon Maynor, also known as Fat Swag, is gunned down on the 1300 block of 5th Street Northwest around 2:15 Wednesday afternoon. Tonight, detectives are looking for suspects and a motive in the murder of the popular rapper and father of a little girl. Officers responding after the shots are fired, finding Fat Swag and another man suffering from gunshot wounds. Tonight, the other guy is recovering at a hospital. Meanwhile, Fat Swag's aunt misses him and exclusively tells me he moved in with her after his mother died in 2017. What is going through your mind right now?
Right now, I'm angry about the violence that's going on in D.C., and I miss my nephew. And right now, I'm hurting for his daughter, who's about to turn 8 years old. And the rest of my family members, his siblings, his cousins. We're all just having a hard time at this time.
Do you have any idea who killed him and why?
No, I don't.
As you can see, the Maynor family does want justice. Now, police are looking for a white Honda suspected of being involved in this shooting. Meanwhile, call DC Police if you have any information. There's a reward of up to $25,000 for information that leads to an arrest and a conviction. I'm Shamari Stone here in the Shaw neighborhood. Back to you.
And that's not the only story we're following here tonight at Fox 5. The son of former Washington Commanders assistant coach Eric Bieniemy, accused of shooting his own mother, will undergo a court-ordered mental health evaluation. In court today, a judge ruled 27-year-old Elijah Bieniemy is currently unable to assist in his own defense, delaying his preliminary hearing. Bieniemy is charged with firing a handgun at his mother inside their Ashburn home. She was seriously injured. He's being held without bond.
ICE is now asking for a detainer on an illegal immigrant arrested after an officer-involved shooting in Annandale, Virginia. The shooting happening on Wednesday following a domestic violence call. Police were searching for 26-year-old Nehemia Fuentes Banegas in the woods off Sutter Lane when he allegedly tried to grab an officer's gun. The officer opened fire. No one was seriously hurt.
To Prince William County, where a man's being held without bond in the killing of a 16-year-old in Triangle. Damon Atwater is facing several charges for the deadly shooting along Blackjack Oak Lane earlier this month. Police not giving a motive for the shooting or how the two knew each other. The victim's name is not being released.
A suspect at large tonight after an attempted armed robbery at the Shaw skate park in Northwest. Police say that 3 skaters were held at gunpoint as the suspect demanded $20 from each of them. Happened just before 8:30 last night. One father says that the skate park tends to be a safe space, but now he's sharing concerns.
It sounds pretty bad, and I recognize a lot of these guys here. They're always here, and they're also really surprised and upset about it. So, like I said, really good community, really unfortunate that it happened. I guess I'll keep coming back. I don't know. I'm going to go tell my wife, and maybe not after today, but I won't leave him here by himself anymore, that's for sure.
Well, nothing was taken. No one was hurt. The suspect drove away in a gray Lexus sedan.
All right, 10:04 on this Thursday night. Let's give you a live look at our Fox 5 Skycam over towards the Case Memorial Bridge on a day that started out sunny for a lot of you. Then it got a bit gray as the day dragged on.
Yeah, but overall, I can't believe that we're getting ready to wrap up another month this summer. July drawing to an end, and hopefully on a nice note.
Yeah, actually should be a pretty nice note tomorrow. Maybe a little bit hotter, and I think compared to today, where Jim's right, we started with sun just like yesterday, and then clouded things over to the afternoon. I do think tomorrow is more sunshine throughout the course of the day, and that will get these temperatures up. Another 86-degree day here in Washington, another day below normal. Again, given how this July started with triple-digit numbers, record-setting July 4th, yeah, the end of it has been rather tame, at least in the numbers department. Now we've had severe weather to deal with, but we'll talk more about that in just a moment here. Dulles 85, Baltimore 83 degrees this afternoon. Live look outside, Case Memorial Bridge running nice and smooth this evening, and things remain quiet in D.C. Some of those clouds still hanging out, though they should thin out more and more as we get into the late evening and overnight overnight hours here. 80 at Reagan National. Dulles at 79. BWI actually not that bad up that way at 73 degrees. Satellite and radar, not much action here in D.C. today, minus the cloud cover. There are some showers up in New Jersey, trying to sneak across the Cape there and get into portions of Delaware, but things pretty quiet, as mentioned before, here in D.C., Baltimore, as this storm system that's bothered parts of the Northeast for the last few days finally getting off to the east here. Behind it, some drier air, some more stable conditions moving in, and with that storm heading farther to the north and east tomorrow, shouldn't be close enough to send us those afternoon clouds like it has been the last couple of days. So sunshine aplenty to start. A few clouds will mix in the afternoon, but not that kind of blanketed white that we saw the last couple of days here in Washington. Temperatures right around 90 degrees. I mentioned severe weather. Just wanted to update you and let you know that the National Weather Service today did confirm a third tornado up in northern portions of Anne Arundel County. So our total now up to 5. I also wanted to mention that one. The reason why it's 5, they now confirmed that it wasn't 1, but 2 tornadoes there in Trapp, Maryland and Talbot County. So 5 total hit the ground on Tuesday afternoon. More on that weekend forecast in just a few minutes here, guys.
We will see you then, Mike. Search teams have found the body of a swimmer at Great Falls who went missing earlier this week. The 25-year-old man went missing south of Sandy Landing on Tuesday. At the time, he was with a friend who was able to safely get back to the shoreline. The man today was found just beneath the water before noon. His body will be taken to the Maryland Medical Examiner. The family's been notified. It is the third death in the same section of the Potomac this summer.
2 people are in the hospital tonight. This after a stairwell collapsed inside of a Montgomery County home. Montgomery County Fire and Rescue sending us this photo tonight. Take a look. They say that a man and a woman were rescued when the staircase under construction collapsed inside of a home on Bradley Avenue in Rockville. We're told that they're expected to recover.
The head of Howard University defending the school's decisions after hundreds of students were unenrolled over unpaid tuition balances.
And this as Maryland steps in to help those scrambling to figure out where they're going to school this fall. Fox 5's Tom Fitzgerald sat down one-on-one with Howard's president.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore tonight sending out the word that this action aimed at those 500 students here at Howard University who received unenrollment letters. The governor saying they are now welcome in Maryland. He's directing the state university system to fast track any admissions requests from these students. They would be available to look into the 12 University of Maryland system schools throughout the state. He is also earmarking an $800 credit to any tuition that was paid that is non-refundable from here at Howard University. Howard University's president, Dr. Wayne Frederick, is defending the university's action in the wake of these unenrollment letters that went out to members of the freshman class. There were over 500 of them saying that they had unpaid tuition and as a result would not be enrolled in the class of 2030 here at Howard. Today, Dr. Frederick insisting that the university issued multiple warnings to these students, he said, of these deposits and these balances that needed to be paid. Furthermore, he says he admits more could have been done on communication. He empathizes with these students who are unenrolled, but he says at the end of the day, they stand by this decision.
Because we have a student body with some needs, we need to really extend ourselves around supporting the communication and supporting getting them to, traverse the whole scenario as well.
Do the students who are unenrolled deserve any sort of apology over this?
I wouldn't say apology. I certainly empathize with their situation, and we are going to accommodate them in any way we can.
But many of the students who were involved in this, those unenrolled, tell Fox 5, and have posted widely on social media about this, they say the university did not take into account things like financial aid, scholarships, military benefits that in some cases will not post to their accounts until August 1st. Freshmen like Isabella Williams, who we introduced you to last week, who's now reinstated, tells Fox 5, she says Howard's entire admission program needs to be reformed.
A lot of people assume that because their HU scholarships covered over 50% of their tuition that they didn't have to pay that. A lot of people were waiting on external scholarships. We submitted them. They still told us that we couldn't enroll. It just seems like they're not really taking care of us the way that they're supposed to.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore saying tonight that any Howard student who was unenrolled should contact the Maryland Higher Education Commissioner, and the University of Systems Maryland Jay Perlman says tonight in a statement that their goal is, quote, to help these students continue their education with as little interruption as possible.
Tom Fitzgerald reporting there. DCPS, meanwhile, launching an investigation into a potential data breach that could have exposed the personal information of students. An unauthorized third party accessed the school district's summer learning website, and DCPS warns because of that, information like student names, birthdays, and student ID numbers may have been leaked.
What we know is that we had some sort of incident that occurred. We know that we have quite a few, any student who was eligible for our after-school program, and so the exact number I don't have, but all of the students who could participate in that.
Tonight, a warning out for parents in DCPS. Be on the lookout for potential calls, texts, or emails that might be trying to get more personal information.
Dominion Energy now defending rising energy costs this summer, arguing that for most people, the biggest factor is the extreme heat. That has had air conditioners running longer and also working harder. There was also a fuel factor adjustment that took effect July 1st, resulting in an increase of about $8 a month for the average residential customer.
I'd probably start, yes, with your thermostat. Even small adjustments when you're away from home can really help reduce unnecessary cooling while still keeping your home comfortable. You've got blinds or curtains, close them. Don't let the sunlight in so that your house can stay cooler longer.
Now, while Dominion maintains the rise is heat-related, data centers are massive amounts of they use massive amounts of electricity costs that are largely passed on to customers through higher electric bills. Northern Virginia has the highest concentration of data centers in the world.